Okay, today class 8. Class 8. So for class 8, I'm taking this unit. Planning and installation. Unit name is planning and installation. Only one lesson is there. Lesson name, that one only. Planning and installation. Single unit. In that, first, they are telling about this image. By seeing this image, you want to understand easily. What they're telling? SAP support portal they're telling. So they're telling about SAP support portal. So SAP support portal is one of the SAP website. SAP support portal is one of the SAP website. Okay. SAP support portal is one of the SAP website. We want to log on to the SAP support portal. We require user ID and password. So we log on to the SAP support portal. Here I show how to log on to the SAP support portal. URL is SAP support portal URL is https://support.sap.com. That is the URL. Actually, SAP support portal previously called as SAP Service Marketplace. That is the name. In previous, in bold index, for example, I'm loading on 2013, 2014 like that. On the time it is called as SAP Service Marketplace, not SAP Support Portal. SAP Service Marketplace changed as SAP Support Portal. https://service.sap.com. On that time, website name is https://service.sap.com. Who use this SAP support portal? SAP customers and SAP partners. So now I show how to log on to the SAP support portal. So https:// support.sap.com. This is the URL, https://support.sap.com. Click this one. Now here, when we click this one, here user icon is there. Click this one, or otherwise, okay, click this one, user icon. So this is SUser ID. Why it is called SUser ID? Why they put like that means, so every SUser ID starting letter S only. Every SUser ID starting letter S. So I'm using this SUser ID. This SUser ID starting letter S. In my company, my colleague my friend use another SUser ID. That SUser ID starting letter S only. Entire world. In entire world, who are using SUser IDs? That all SUser IDs starting letter S only. Okay, so enter SUser ID, scroll down, click continue. Enter that SUser ID password, scroll down, click continue. So we successfully log in. Like this way, we want to log on to the SAP system. So who provide this SUser ID and password? Who provide this SUser ID and password to the employee? So Suppose in company 10 SAP basis administrators is there, means the 10 SAP basis administrator, they are not maintaining S user IDs. In the 10 SAP basis administrator, 3 or 4 administrators only they maintain S user IDs. So who provide that S user IDs to the employee company? Company provide S user ID to SAP basis administrator. How company get that S user ID? How company get that S user ID? From SAP side, one person is there. SAP side, one person is there. Contact that person. That person create S user ID and provide that S user ID to company. Company walo, so company contact SAP person. From SAP side, one person is there. Company contact that SAP person. That SAP person provide S user ID to company. Company provide that S user ID to employee. Here another important point. So that SAP person is there, no? When creating time, that SAP person asks, what are the permissions I want to provide? For example, here Visa, this S user ID, I click request keys. I click license keys. They're telling we don't have permission. So that's only they're telling that person when creating time, ask the company how many S user IDs you required. They tell for 5 S user IDs I require. Company tell 5 S user IDs you want to create and provide me. Okay. So they ask you, in that 5 S user IDs, is there any restriction I want to put? So which S user IDs I want to provide full access, which S user IDs I want to reduce the access, like that they ask. Based on they create S user IDs and provide that S user IDs to the company. Company provide that S user ID and password to the employee. That is about S user ID and how to log on to the SAP support portal. So SAP support portal is one of the SAP website. Who use that SAP support portal means SAP customers and partners. Who use that SAP support portal means SAP customers and partners. SAP support portal is one of the SAP website. So now here, this is image. In this image, now one by one I told. What they're telling, I sit in front of the laptop. I sit in front of the laptop. I use SAP support portal. I access this everything. For example, this is one of the websites, support.sap.com/SL toolset is the one of the website. Support.sap.com/SL toolset. Enter. We use this website, support.sap.com/SL toolset. We use this one. Here downloading spam or saint update, downloading software provisioning manager. Not only for that, here some guides also is there. System rename, system copy, installation purpose, dual stack split, shell copy, SAP GUI installation. For that purpose, here guide also is there. For that purpose, we use that website. So this is one of the website. Here they told SL toolset, same website we use installation guides also. Here only we download the installation guide. For example, here we saw when we expand here is the installation guide. So here only we download installation guide. Another way also is there. Now here sizing. You want to know about sizing means this is the one of the website. Hardware sizing. sap.com/about. /benchmark/benchmark/sizing.html. Enter. About sizing information we got here. Hardware sizing information. For that purpose, we use that website. Installation guide. You want to know about solution manager details means you go to this website. support.sap.com/solution manager. You want to know about solution manager means here we got information about solution manager. Security. sap.com/about/trust. sap.com/about/trust -center/ security.html. Enter. About security. Trust connection, how to connect and everything we got there. SAP notes. We want to download means this is quick link. Already you know. Before installation, whatever SAP notes is available in installation guide, we want to download and read that SAP notes. So support.sap.com/snotes. Okay, I enter here wrong. Okay, sorry, notes only. Okay, here we enter the note number. For example, 39412. I enter the note number and I click search. I already log in, no? That's why they don't ask to login credentials. Compulsory, you want to open SAP note means compulsory they require you want to enter S user ID and password. So here note is open like this. And PAM also we use. PAM also is one of the website. Before installation only, in company we use this website. PAM, it is another website. Product availability matrix. Click here. Access the product availability matrix. Next, you want to install ERP means you want to know ERP details means go to this website sap.com/products. sap.com/products/enterprise dash management dash ERP. Products/enterprise management. Products. Okay, I think that page is removed. Enterprise management dash ERP.html. Okay, that page is removed. That's why it is not open. Okay, so why means we go to SL toolset. We download the installation guide. For that purpose, by using SAP support portal, before installation, we go to SL toolset and download the installation guide. And we want to see the sizing details. By using SAP support portal, we want to see the sizing details. We go to this website and we want to know about solution manager. That's why by using SAP support portal, we go to this location and check about solution manager. And about security details also we want to check. And we require SAP notes. Whatever SAP notes is available in installation guide, we require that SAP notes. We want to read, that's why. And compulsory we use product availability matrix. And suppose you want which product version we are installing, ERP or NetWeaver or S4HANA, that product version details we require. So before installation, by using SAP support portal, we are logging all this website and check everything. So that is SAP support you through the complete software life cycle from planning and implementation, how to operate and maintenance. What they do, SAP provides support how to plan. Plan means they provided plan map. They provided map, plan map. So how to plan your SAP software? So you buy SAP software from SAP. In your company, you want to use that SAP software for business purpose. First of all, how to use that SAP software? You want plan, no? Who provide that plan? SAP provide that plan. How you get plan? SAP came to you. They don't provide plan to you. By using this SAP support portal only, you got plan. So by using that plan, you want to implement. Implement means install. Installation and configuration. So for installing purpose, what are the softwares? Everything is required. SAP they provide from this website only. They don't came and provide installation softwares and everything to you. Through that SAP support portal only, SAP provide everything. After implementation is completed, configuration. After configuration is completed, operation. Operation means how to operate that software. I am the new. I buy SAP software. I don't know how to plan that software and how to install the software and how to operate that software and how to maintain. Who provide that everything? SAP provide how to plan that software and how to implement that software and how to operate that software and how to maintain that software through SAP support portal. We got everything, how to planning that software. We got that planning details from SAP support portal. How to implement. We got that implementation details from SAP support portal only. How to operate. We got operate details from SAP support portal only. How to maintain. We got that maintenance details from SAP support portal. Until when, suppose your medicine is there. I take tablet sheet. Until when, up to when I use the tablet sheet, up to expired date is completed. After expired date is completed means I don't want to use that one. Here also mainstream maintenance is there, no? Until mainstream maintenance, SAP they provides this everything through SAP support portal. So complete your life cycle. Complete software life cycle. That means until mainstream maintenance. And complete software life cycle means suppose I buy SAP S4HANA 2025. SAP S4HANA 2025 end date is 2032. Until that 2032, I use that one. After 2032 is completed, that SAP S4HANA 2025 is dead. So after that software is dead, they don't provide anything to you. And up to that software so is available, they provide everything. For example, we only is there, people is there. When men or women died means what will be happened? Before died, They got everything from the earth. When we are living, they got everything from the earth, nature and everything. After that, they don't get anything. Like that here also. Hardware sizing. So hardware sizing, like Excel t-shirt, it is t-shirt. Hardware sizing is what? T-shirt. Here is hardware sizing is what? Small, medium, L, X, double XL, like that. That is only hardware sizing, like t-shirt only. So what is that means? So here they provide that details also. 1 minute. When we use M, when we use like that is there. When we use M like that, for example, this users, 500 users for M, 1000 users for L, like that is there. So that is. So like that. What is this hardware sizing means? So, here we saw. I told to you, what I told to you, you want to, in this training, you want to practice SAP software in your laptop means minimum 8 GB RAM required and 1 TB or 2 TB SSD hard disk I told. What we are doing, we are buying a new laptop. You are joining course. Students are join course. They don't have laptop. For this course purpose, for practice purpose, they are going to buy laptop. On the time they ask me, all the students ask me, sir, what are the requirements we required to buy laptop for practice purpose for this course? They asked. I told minimum 8 GB RAM is required, 1 TB minimum SSD hard disk is required. I told that one. So what they do, they buy laptop. One of the students, they buy laptop. They came to me, sir, I buy laptop, sir. Okay, 8 GB RAM you told, I take 16 GB RAM, sir. Okay, but 500 GB SSD hard disk only I buy. They told, one of the student. On the time I told, you want to install SAP software, minimum required 300 GB RAM required, free space. Minimum 300 GB free space is required. Okay, in your 500 GB SSD hard disk, your operating system is taken 200 GB like that. Remaining in your laptop, you have only 200 GB like that. That 200 GB is not supported no, for installing SAP software. On the time, what they do? Sir, okay, sir, I buy 1 TB hard disk. For buying a 1 TB hard disk, what they doing? They paying extra. No, not like that. Another student came. Sir, you told I buy 1 TB only, sir. My laptop hard disk is 1 TB. Okay, sir, my laptop hard disk is 2 TB SSD, sir. But I take only 4 GB RAM, sir. Okay, 4 GB RAM is, it is supported. 4 GB RAM also for SAP is supported. But your performance is slow. Why? Based on RAM only, your performance is fast and slow. 4 GB means it is very slow. Why means your main operating system 2 GB RAM you want to provide. For your VMware workstation, you want to provide 2 GB. So 2 GB RAM means it is very slow. On that time, what they do, they improve their performance purpose. They invest extra amount. They take extra RAM. On that time, what they do, they invest extra amount for improving performance purpose. So that's that one only. Hardware too small means what will be happen? That's the problem you get. Hardware okay. Whatever RAM, whatever hard disk I told, they take that one means okay. Hardware too large means I told we required only 2 TB SSD hard disk and 64 GB RAM is enough for this training. That person what they do, they taken 320 GB RAM and they taken 4 TB SSD hard disk. So, okay, to 320 GB RAM and 4 TB SSD hard disk, there is no performance issue, there is no hard disk issue, but you use only 500 GB hard disk only, you use only 64 GB RAM only. Remaining is waste. That means hardware is too large, means your waste, you put more amount. So that amount is waste. That one only. But fast and hardware, everything is okay. So what they do is, first of all, they set hardware okay. Ongoing, we want to improve the hardware. Okay. So what I told, 1 TB hard disk, SSD hard disk, you buy. You done installation. So before installation, so you put two drives. One is C drive, operating system drive. Another you put D drive. D drive you provided, for example, 800 GB RAM. 800 GB hard disk space you provided for D drive. So in the D drive, after installing, 500 GB free space is there. 300 GB only they taken, 500 GB free space is there after installation in D drive. Ongoing, you are using 3 months, 4 months, 6 months is completed. You are using, when they are using time, whatever data is there, that data is stored in that hard disk. Okay, your hard disk is full. With the data, your hard disk is full. After, what we want to do, you want to improve your hard disk. Ongoing. When we are using that server for business purpose, ongoing, we want to improve your hard disk. So that one only. I buy one memory card. In my phone, I insert my memory card. Okay. So after 3 months, my memory card is full. So remaining files and everything is there, I want to store. On that time, what I want to do, I want to increase memory card. That means I want to insert another memory card. Or otherwise, suppose I have only 256 GB memory card is there, means I want to increase more memory card, like that. Okay, hardware sizing, how they do? How they do hardware sizing? Here the question is that the number of concurrent user in the system and their activity levels. So the number of concurrent user. So before hardware sizing, I asked the company hire, what they asked me is, okay, we are doing hardware sizing. How many users log into the system? Main point, how many users log in the system is not main point. What are the activity levels they do? That is the very, very important part. Why means, there is a birthday party is there. Kid birthday party is there. So I planned, so 750 kids, I call 750 kids for party. So I think 750 kids are coming. That's why for 1,000 people food, I arrange everything. But here one thing, kids are eat only less food only. With kids, some fathers like that they can. They eat full, but kids eat less food only. That's why here I arrange for 1,000 people, that food will be waste. Or otherwise, not kids party. Is there any family function? In that family functions, I arrange only food for 500 people. I call 500 people. I arrange food for 500 people, but this time not kids, strong persons only. They came. That 500 people not supported. Why means they eat more? So that one only. Here in the system, how many users log in is not important. What are the activities they do is very, very important. So first of all, you want to ask that one. How many users log in the system and what they do activity levels. The expected response time. Expected response time means, in SAP system, you want to open any program by using T code only. T code, transaction code. Okay. Here URL is there. I'm entering here google.com. Enter. How much fast it will be open? Now it open fastly for me. It open fastly for me. how much fast it will be open. Like that in SAP system also, T codes is there. When we enter that T code, how much fast it will be open? They ask that one. The number of high availability systems. So you require high availability systems. How many high availability systems you require? For high availability system, you want to invest more amount, extra amount. High availability system is extra system. How many extra systems you require? So for extra systems, you want to invest more amount, extra amount. So what type of system here? ECC or BW or CRM? Why they asking SAP system here? ECC is the big system. BW CRM is small system. That's why you want that system, you want to install that software in that server for ECC system purpose or which system? For example, SAP S/4HANA server system hardware sizing is different. Okay, SAP S/4HANA server system minimum required 128 GB RAM. SAP ECC system minimum we want to provide 32 GB RAM. So that's why compulsory here we want to ask which SAP system we are installing. Okay, it is ECC system. We decided ECC system is lean. That ECC system we required for human purpose, human resource purpose or production planning. It is for production system or small system. Okay, in ECC, latest one or old one? Which operating system? Which database? Hana database sizing is different. Remaining databases sizing is different. Every database different sizing is there. Which operating system? Which database? How to access to that system? By using SAP GUI or browser? Users how to access to that system? By using SAP GUI or browser. How to take backup? Online backup or offline backup? In company, mostly we take online backup only. Why mostly we take online backup? We don't take offline backup. Means, for example, 1 TB data is there. I want to take backup of 1 TB data. For example, that 1 TB data backup will take 2 hours. Okay. Offline backup means what? We want to stop the system and take backup that one. That is offline backup. Offline backup means we want to stop the server and we want to take backup. That is offline backup. 2 hours in company server stop is possible? No. In companies, they don't want to do like that. Why? When we stop the server means the business will be down. Every second, every minute, they important for business. That's why they don't stop. That's why online backup only they do. For online backup, we require more hardware. That's why they ask. So this all details we ask and form a server. Okay, client came. Okay, we came, one of the project is, we came for that project. We want to build server. We want to build system. So for that purpose, I asked, okay, we want to do hardware sizing. Hardware sizing means what? How much RAM we want to provide for that server? How much hard disk size we require for that server? How many process we want to put for that server? So how much memory card like that, the graphic card like that, they asked me. So I asked to that higher authority. Okay, client, okay. So for your server, I'm asking how many users logging and what the activities they are doing. So how much response time they required, which system we are installing, which database, which operating system, how to access and how to take backup. I asked all this detail. Based on that details, I told to that client, okay, we required 256 GB RAM for this server and 2 TB SSD hard disk we required for that server and minimum 2 TB graphic card we required for that server and minimum we required 2 process or 8 process like that I told. Based on, they prepare the system. After preparing system, so everything system, they buy the server. Based on how much RAM, how much hard disk I told, based on that, they buy the server. After buying server, oh, sorry, I told one thing wrong. So not 256 GB RAM, not 2 TB hard disk SSD. We require 4 TB SSD hard disk. Means what will become? They want to exchange. They want to build another server newly. So that is about hardware side. And another important part in this figure they tell you. Okay, here I already told in ABAP system, ASCS instance is there, primary application server instance, database instance. These three are mandatory instance. I already told you in unit 1, I already told. Primary application server instance, PS, ABAP, central service instance, ASCS, database instance. These three instances, mandatory instances. We want to build any SAP system, these three instances are mandatory instances. Now here, standard system, distributed system is there. Now, what is that standard system? What is that distributed system only? They're telling here. Client told, we want to install all instances in single system. In one system, you are maintaining all instances means okay. Standard system is only one system you are maintaining is okay. You put invest amount for only for one system only. But in company, they don't maintain like that. Why they don't maintain like that in one system? For example, suddenly database get problem, system will be down. Our primary application server instance get problem, system will be down. Our central service instance will get problem, system will be down. Entire system. When system will be down means your business gets stuck. So that's why what they do, they install instances in separate system. They install instances in separate system. We want to install all instances in single system. We use standard system. Standard system previously called as central system. So in golden days, it is called as central system. Nowadays, it is called as standard system. So when we use standard system, we want to install these three instances in single system. We use standard system. When we use distributed system, we want to install instances in different systems. We use distributed system. For example, primary application server instance, ASCS in one system. Database instance I want to install in one system. That is distributed system. Primary application server instance in one system. ASCS instance in one system. Database in another system. Like that also. Primary application server instance. Database in one system. ASCS instance in another system. Like that also is possible to install. Distributed system is primary application server instance and ASCS instance we installed in one system. Database we install in another system. Primary application server instance we install in one system. ASCS instance we install in one system. Database we install in another system. Like that also. Our primary application server instance and database we install in one system. ASCS instance we install in another system, like that. So based on client requirement, we want to go to standard system or distributed system. Mostly in company, we use distributed system. Why? Suppose here, SCS instance fail means these two systems is running. Database not get problem. Additional application server instance also running. Suppose here database is running means no problem. These two systems is running like that. Now SAP system ID. Before installation, we want to know about SAP system ID. SAP system ID, or we called in shortcut, we called as SAP SID also. SID means system identification. SID means system identification. SAP system ID. So SAP system ID are we called as SAP SID or SID. We called as SAP SID or SID. We called as system ID or we called as SAP system ID or we called as SAP SID. What is this SAP SID means? We want to identify our system. We want to identify our system. How to identify your SAP system? By using SAP system ID. For example, NWA, ECD, S for D, like that. SAP system ID always we use caps letters only. It is 3 alpha numeric character. 3 alpha numeric characters means what? What is 3 alpha numeric character? What is that meaning of 3 alpha numeric characters? Means first one, compulsory A to Z letter only. First one, compulsory A to Z letter only. Second one, A to Z letter. We use A to Z letter or 0 to 9 digit. Third one, we use A to Z letter or 0 to 9 digit. That is about SAP system ID. There is no special characters. Don't use special characters. In company who provide that one when installing time, company provide SAP system ID tool. We don't use own SAP system ID. In company, when we install in time, we don't use our own SAP system ID. Company provide SAP system ID. We want to enter that SAP system ID there. That is what. And one more important point, reserved SIDs is there. For example, SAP add like that reserved SIDs is there. We did not use that reserved SIDs. So here they provided note number also 1979280. Here 1979280 note number. Enter. When we scroll down, add ADM, all, AMD, AND, any, R, ASC, AUS, AVG, BIN, BIT, CDC, COM, phone, DA, DWA, DBA, DBM, like that, so many reserved SIDs is there. He did not use that reserved SIDs. USR, use, UID, top TMP, SYS, SUM, SQL, SID, SHG, like that reserved SIDs is there. We did not use that reserved SID. So in company, when we are installing time, company provide SAP system ID. We want to enter that SAP system ID. What is the use of SAP system ID? What is the use of my name? By my name, you are identifying me. So in public, there are 10 to 20 members is there in public. How you call me? By my name. When you call me by my name, so I turn your side. Why? That is my name. That is my identification. Like that here also. In company, how you identify your SAP system? By using SAP system ID. That is the name. By that name. you call that. For example, ECD, I put SAP system ID ECD. Now that SAP system name is ECD. We call that is ECD system. That is NWD system. That is S4D system. Like that we want to identify. That is about SAP system ID. So before installation, you want to know what are the rules for SAP system ID, what are the reserved SIDs is there. So SAP system ID are also called as SAP SID or SID that we are learning. SAP Solution Manager. In company compulsory, SAP Solution Manager they install. They maintain SAP Solution Manager. Why? Here, this is our system. Now, SAP Solution Manager provide SAP support portal access to our system. By using that SAP support portal, we get SAP notes. And I told you no, that hardware sizing, installation guide, and everything through that SAP support portal we get planning, implementation, operating details, maintenance details. So that SAP notes, so patches, installation guide, so security details, hardware sizing details, everything how we get. That SAP support port, SAP Solution Manager provide access to the SAP support portal to our system. That SAP Solution Manager, what they do is, they provide access to the SAP support portal to your system. So your system access the SAP support portal directly. By using that SAP support portal, we got installation guide means we download installation guide. We want SAP notes means we want to download. So this SAP Solution Manager is connected to the system landscape. In system landscape, your system is there. Yesterday I showed you. Okay, explore systems. Explore system is total 1,148 systems is available in landscape. These are all SAP systems. This all SAP systems is connected to SAP Solution Manager. Here we saw this all SAP solution system landscape is connected to SAP Solution Manager. Through SAP Solution Manager, your system got access to the SAP support portal. Through SAP Solution Manager, you got SAP partner support also and support organization also. For example, I told. So we did not solve the problem. On the time, what will be happening in company server? We got error. We did not solve that problem. We take SAP support like that. How they get through SAP Solution Manager? We contact everything. So that is in company compulsory. We install SAP Solution Manager. That SAP Solution Manager provide support portal access to your SAP system. By means that SAP Solution Manager system connected to the system landscape. In system landscape, your system is there. Where your system is added into the system landscape. So whatever systems is available in system landscape, that all systems are connected to the SAP Solution Manager. So, okay. So in company, what they do is we install SAP Solution Manager 7.2 ABAP and 7.2 Java to install in one server. For that server, system landscape is there. System landscape, in system landscape, all systems are maintaining. That system landscape is connected to the SAP Solution Manager system. When the system landscape is connected to the SAP Solution Manager system, in system landscape, whatever systems is there, that all systems have access to the SAP support portal. By using that SAP support portal, we gather everything, installation guides, notes, everything, and maintain your system. That is about this image. Production planning. About clients. Here, what means about clients? Actually, three types of clients is there. Client is a 3-digit number. Client is 3-digit number. 0002 999. Client. 1000 clients. Client is 3-digit number. Here we saw in this setting of the production client. They're telling before installation, they're telling you want to set production client. You want to create production client. So what they're telling? So here client is 3-digit number, client 000. We don't want to create client 000. Why we don't want to create client 000 means when installing time only client 000 is created. After installation, client 000 is available in your system. That one they're telling. What they're telling means we don't want to create client 000. Why means in installing time only client 000 will be created. After installation, we use that client 000. That one they're telling. Okay. Okay. We use client 000 for production client. We use client 000 for production client. No, we don't use client 000 for production client. That is very, very important. We want to know. Okay. That means client 000 is available in the system later, but we don't want to use that client 000 as production client. And client, for what purpose we use client 000? Here they clearly they tell me. Client 000 is used for special administrative purposes. In your SAP system, after installation is completed, client 000 is available. So client 000, you did not use client 000 as production client. They're telling clearly, we did not use client 000 as production client. Client 000 is used for special administrative purpose. For what purpose? You want to configure TMS. In your SAP system, you want to configure TMS by using client 000 only. You want to import additional languages. You want to install languages in your SAP system by using client 000 only. You want to apply support packages by using client 000 only. You want to do SAP system upgrade by using client 000 only. That's the telling. So we did not use client 000 for production client, but we used that client 000 for a special administrative purpose. You did not delete client 000 in your SAP system. You did not change information in client 000 also. You did not delete client 000 in your SAP system. We did not change any information in client 000. Why miss? Already I told. Compulsory. We use client 000 in your SAP system for special administrative purposes. I told clearly. Okay, client 000, we got it. After installation, client 000 is available, but we don't use that client 000 as production client. Next, after installation, client 001 also is there. But here, very, very important point. What is important point means, when we are installing SAP S/4HANA 2021, 2022, 2023, 2025. In this system, there is no client 001. There is no client 001. After installation, we get only client 000 only. There is no client 001. Okay, when we are installing SAP NetWeaver 7.5, NetWeaver is above 7.52, SAP ERP 6.0, EHP 8, SAP ERP 6.0, EHP 7, SAP ERP 6.0, EHP6. This client 001 is available. Client 001 is available. In SAP NetWeaver 7.5, client 001 is there after installation. In NetWeaver ASAP 7.52, client 001 is there after installation. In SAP ERP 6.0 EHP8, client 001 is there after installation. In SAP ERP 6.0 EHP7, client 001 is there after installation. In SAP ERP 6.0 EHP6, client 001 is there after installation. Here, you want to use that client 001 for production client means we use. Is possible. We use client 001 for production client. For example, I installed SAP ERP 6.0 EHP8. After installation is completed, client 001 is available in my system. Okay. Here, it is possible to use that client 001 as production client. It is possible we use that client 001 as production client. Okay. But what I done? I did not use. Suppose we use means we use. Otherwise, I don't want to use that client 001 as production client means we delete that client. Delete is possible. We don't want to use client 001 as production client means we delete is possible. How client 001 is created when installing time? It is copy client. First client 000 is created. In installing time, first client 000 is created. From client 000, copy client of client 001. Okay. So in installing time only, based on your product version, client 001 is created. We want to use that client 001 as production client means we use. We don't want to use means we delete that client 001. Next, 066 client. Client 066. Only these two. In SAP NetWeaver 7.5, there is no client 066 after installation. In NetWeaver ASAP 7.52, there is no client 066 after installation. In SAP ERP 6.0 EHP8, there is no client 066. In SAP ERP 6.0 EHP7, I think it is available. In SAP ERP 6.0 EHP6, client 066 is available. But nowadays, SAP they're telling they don't use client 066. So in SAP S4HANA, there is no client 066, client 001. In SAP ERP and NetWeaver latest versions, they don't have client 066. For what purpose we use client 066 in the company? So one of the error came. We did not solve that problem. ABAP team basis administrator is not possible to solve that problem. We try, it is not possible to solve that problem. ABAP team also they check, they are also not solving the problem. So on that time, what we do? We contact SAP. SAP, they want to log in our system and we want to check what is the problem. So we provided 000 client for SAP login means what will be happen? SAP, they log in with a 000 client means our business data enter everything they see is possible. In our company server, what the business we are running enter they see is possible when we log in with a 000 client. Suppose we provided 066 client means when we log in with the 066 client in my server, SAP login with the 066 client in my server means so they see the problem. What the problem came, they see the problem is possible, but what the business is running in our system, it is not possible to see. For that purpose, we use 066 client. But nowadays, SAP, they stop the 066 client. So in SAP S4HANA, they stop client 001 also. So that's why before installation only, your company want to plan which client we want to use production client. Client 000 is not possible to use production client. For example, I installed SAP S/4HANA 2025. I installed SAP S/4HANA Server System 2025. In that, I have only client 000 only. So I already told client 000 is not possible to use as production client. On that time, based on we planned, company told, okay, we use production client as client 100 or client 800, like that company told. Based on before installation only, we want to plan which client we want to use as production client. Before installation only, we want to plan that one. That one only they're telling here. Setting up the product client, that one only they're telling here. System landscape. I already told in SAP system landscape. So here, the system landscape directory SLD serves as a central information repository for your SAP system landscape. In that system landscape, all your SAP systems is maintained. So in company, SAP Solution Manager 7.2 Java is there, no? In company, SAP Solution Manager 7.2 Java is there, no? In that system, they build this system landscape. Why in that system only? Means that system is supported. For that system landscape, what are the features and everything they required? Everything they get from SAP Solution Manager 7.2 Java system. That's why this system landscape they build in SAP Solution Manager 7.2 Java only. Here in this image is there. This is Java system. Here we saw SMJ, Solution Manager Java. SMJ, Solution Manager Java. Here they build system landscape in Solution Manager Java. So this is one system. Development, quality, production. This is one system landscape. This is another system landscape. DBW, QBW, PBW. This is another system landscape. Development, quality, production. So this all systems landscape they added into the system landscape directory. When installing time, they ask you. You want to add the system, whatever system we are installing, we want to add the system into the system landscape directory. On that time, you add. Or otherwise, after installation, by using RJ70T code, we add the system into the system landscape directory also is possible. That one. Next, LMDB. So LMDB also is one part. Okay, in Solution Manager, LMDB also is there. It is one of the part. What is the use of LMDB means? So here we saw in Maintenance Planner. In Maintenance Planner, one system, any system we want to use. For example, I go to landscape. In this landscape, I take this system. System landscape directory, what they do, we provided which host, which database, which operating system, which product, these details, SAP S/4HANA 2023, which database, which product, which computer name, that details they provided. Who provide? System landscape directory. Here I am checking that one only. Okay. Now here, I want patches. I want patches. I want to upgrade. I want to patches. I want to plan a race and everything. Who provide this? Who read our system details? Who provide that information? Who read that one? Who provide that information? LMDB. LMDB system not only get your system operating system details, database details, which product version, which that details. LMDB not only getting that one. LMDB they know. So what are the support packages is available in your system? Next, which support package we want to provide? That information, everything LMDB they won't know. So which product version we are using? SAP 2023, SAP S/4HANA 2023. So we want to go to upgrade means LMDB they read your system and provide. Okay, you are using 2023. You require SAP S/4HANA 2025. Like that, based on LMDB, they read and provide that one. So that is about LMDB. That means here what they're telling means in company compulsory, they maintain solution manager system For what purpose they maintain solution manager system? I told clearly. They maintain system landscape directory in the company. For what purpose we want to maintain system landscape directory in the company? I told. They maintain LMDB system in the company. For what purpose we use LMDB? We got it. That means to whom they telling these details means we are going to start a business in your company. We are going to start a SAP. We are going to use SAP software in your business. For that purpose, compulsory, we want to maintain solution manager Java system for activating system landscape. And we required LMDB system. We required solution manager Java system. So for what purpose we want solution manager system? For what purpose we want to use solution manager Java system, LMDB system, and everything they're telling here. So they're telling too clearly in company compulsory, every company who are using SAP software, compulsory they are maintaining SAP solution manager system. They are maintaining SAP solution manager Java system for system landscape. They're maintaining LMDB system. So they're telling that information here. Network requirements. Here in this image only they're telling. So port numbers we require. In this image, they're telling port numbers. Dispatcher port number is 32 $. Where dispatcher is available? Dispatcher is available inside primary application server instance or additional application server instance. For example, my primary application server instance number is 11. My primary application server instance number is 11. Okay. Now my dispatcher port number is 3211. Why? Dispatcher is available inside primary application server instance. I'm logging into the primary application server instance. My primary application server instance number 11. That's why my dispatcher port number is 3211. Suppose I'm logging into the additional application server instance. My additional application server instance number is 21. In additional application server instance also dispatcher is there. On the time, my dispatcher port number is 3221. Now message server. Message server is available inside ABAP Central Service Instance, ASCS instance. For example, my ASCS instance number is 10. On the time, my message server port number is 3610. Like gateway 33NN. Like HTTP port number 80NN. HTTPS port number 443NN. SMTP port number 250NN, not 250, not only 250, we use 25NN also. And printer port number 515. Very important. We want to remember that port numbers. Why means we use in our server compulsory, we use that port numbers. That's why we want to remember that port numbers. That's I'm telling. We use that port numbers. We want to remember that port numbers. That's we want to know. Okay. So for example, I told in interview question or in certification exam, they ask what is the port number of dispatcher. Compulsory they ask. Very, very important question, that one. About the dispatcher port. Now here, you want to design good infrastructure. Low cost of ownership, performance, functionality, availability, scalability, security. You want to build a server. In which environment we want to build server? Best security environment. And scalability. Scalability means increasing. Availability, good functionality, and good performance. Suppose we are going to buy a flat. I'm going to buy a flat. Okay. When I'm going to buy a flat, what I do, or suppose I'm going to, land or flat. What I do, I want to check where I'm going to flat, that environment is good or not. So increasing space is possible or not. In front of my flat, is there any space? Increasing is possible or not? I get that flat. Anyone buy flat, what they think? They don't invest more amount. Every person they think what? Suppose that person they're telling it is 1 crore means every person they think what? So I want to bargain and I want to take like 75 lakhs or 50 lakhs, like that they're thinking. Everyone they think only low cost only, low cost of ownership. So that one here. Here also, when you are building server in on-premise or cloud, in on-premise or cloud, you want to build a server. Okay, you are the company, you buy SAP software from SAP for developing business. You want to start a business with SAP for develop your business. We are going to use SAP software. For that purpose, you are building that server in on-premise. On-premise means in your environment or in cloud environment. Suppose in cloud environment, we are going to build means what we do? Before we check, AWS is better or Google Cloud, which one is better? We check. Microsoft Azure is better or AWS is better? Which one is better? So scalability is possible. They provided good security or not. Azure, they provided good security, or AWS, they provided good security. So like that, we think and maintain. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, based on we build. Here this image. What they do? SAP GUI we install in one system. Here we saw. Here I did not install SAP software. This is one system. I did not install SAP software. Only SAP GUI. This system is called as front-end server or presentation server. We called as presentation server or front-end server. There we installed only SAP GUI software. There we install only SAP GUI software. In which system? For example, in front of we have 3 laptops is there. In one laptop, one is Lenovo laptop. In Lenovo laptop, I installed SAP GUI software. That system is called as front-end server, presentation server. We called as front-end server or presentation server. In another system, HP laptop is there. In that system, I installed primary application server instance or additional application server instance. That system is called as application server instance. In which system we install primary application server instance and additional application server instance. That system is called as application server. That system called as application server. Okay, here what they're telling me is, so by using SAP GUI, users want to connect to the application server, minimum 8 KB bandwidth they require. Bandwidth 8 KB they require. Everything bandwidth 8 KB means it is very low, 8 KB. Everything is okay. For example, company provide personal laptop to you. In your personal laptop, only SAP GUI is there. By using that SAP GUI, you are connected to the application server. Means we require only 8 KB for bandwidth for each page. That is very less. Here we saw. In which system? In which system we install database? That system is called as database server. We remember like that 3 types of servers they maintain. Front-end server, application server, database server. Now here, I go to control panel. Here I go control panel. Here we saw, for example, here I am using this one, this internet. I am opening properties. Here bandwidth they show. Here we saw bytes. So here 100 Mbps speed is there. Like that in company they maintain 1 GB speed. Like that they maintain. So they're telling that. So minimum recommended 100 megabits they require. 100 Mbits they require. So in company what they maintain 1 GB Mbits. Like that they maintain. They're telling that one only. Previously here they're telling what they're telling. You are okay. You are building SAP software for what they do. You maintain that internet and everything in low owner cost only, but it is performance. We good. We get good performance. So here what they're telling from application server to database server, we want to connect means recommended 100 Mbits they required. In company, that's why what they do, they want to connect fastly to the database server. From application server to database server, they want to connect fastly. For that purpose, in company, they maintain compulsory 100 Mbits or other 100 Mbps or 1 GB Mbps or 1 TB Mbps speed like that they maintain. So they're telling that one, that much performance, high performance you want to maintain. Here, that one only. What type of GUI you are using? SAP GUI for Windows or SAP Business Client? Which one? So which system that is S4HANA server or ECC system? Which system? They asking. So low speed connection or high speed like that. We want to use high speed connection. Per second, minimum 100 megabits be required for communicate between application and database layer. So they're telling to you. So for application server instance to database server, we want to connect means per second minimum required 100 megabits. That means they told to me for second minimum required 100 megabits. So for example, I told clearly, you are putting a new internet connection for your home. We are putting a new internet connection. So before putting new internet connection, I asked plans. What are the plans is there? They told to me. So 75 is there, 55 Mbps speed is there, 50 Mbps speed is there, 75 Mbps speed is there, 100 Mbps speed is there, 150 is there, like that they ask. So in my home, I asked to everyone. So for this internet, for what purpose we are using? We are watching movies in OTTs and we are downloading purpose. For what purpose I ask? Based on we take one plan. Like that here also they telling to you before building, before fixing everything, before fixing that environment, based on this much speed is required for connect to application server to database server. Based on you decide. Based on you decide. They're telling that one. How much speed you want to take internet connection based on you decide. That they're telling that one. Database. In company, what they do, they use redundant array. It is called as RAID. In shortcut, it is called as RAID. RAID means they use redundant array. In shortcut, it is called as RAID. Or they use SAN, storage area networks. RAID means in Google you get means RAID hard disk images. Here you saw, this is RAID. In RAID, 5 hard disk is there. They show only one hard disk in front of you. They show only one hard disk, but 5 hard disks is there. So whatever data is stored here, that data is available in all systems. Whatever data is stored here, that data is available in all systems. This disk is failed. This disk is failed means system will not stop. This disk is failed means system will not stop. So remaining disk available for you. In remaining disk also, whatever data you stored, that data is available. So after what you do, you remove failed disk and you insert new disk. After inserting new disk, automatically, so in this disk data is there, no, that data will be copied to new disk. They don't take permission to you. Automatically, after inserting new disk, here we saw clearly, this disk is failed. This disk is failed. In this disk, data is there. Same data is maintained in this disk also. When this disk is failed, system will not stop. Why, miss? This disk is there.